Newcomers at top tier often feel overwhelmed by the sheer number of new tools, and radar is one of the biggest ones. If the radar UI makes your eyes cross, don't worry, that's expected early on. Let's sort it out and learn how to read the scope properly. First, check your settings. You can choose the display style, sector or rectangular. Which one is the best? Pure preference. The rectangular screen has more free space, so contacts are less likely to stack on top of each other. The sector view, on the other hand, makes direction more intuitive. Try both. Now let's break down the radar display, from the big elements to the small ones. The grid shows the area that the antenna is scanning right now. The empty space next to it is still within the radar's potential coverage, but in the current mode and antenna position, it isn't being used. Pay attention to the colors. The lower part of the main field is shaded green, while the upper part is not. The shaded zone shows the range where a target lock is possible. It's often shorter than the detection range, which is represented by the unshaded section above it. You may also see two vertical lines inside the scan area. That's the acquisition gate, a small zone used to lock a target. In cyclic mode, the gate jumps from one contact to another automatically. In manual mode, you can move it freely around the screen. There are plenty of numbers and markers around the edges, so let's decode them, starting with the sector display. At the top, you'll see the current mode. The pair of numbers at the bottom is your scan width in degrees. On the right is the selected range. On the left, you'll find several pieces of information: the radar's vertical scan limits, the horizon line, and a marker showing where your radar is currently looking. The rectangular interface is a bit different. The top area contains the key information: radar mode, search and track settings, scale, and sometimes a jamming indicator. Inside the screen, horizontal scan angles are labeled along the top, while the vertical angles are shown to the left. In the bottom left corner on both screen types, you'll find the IFF filter indicator. This lets you hide friendly contacts so they don't distract you while hunting. So how do you tell friend from foe by the symbols? There's no rocket science here. Enemies are shown as a single thick horizontal bar. Friendlies have an extra thin line above the main mark. Easy to remember. Friendlies have a roof. Just keep in mind that not every radar can actually distinguish friendly from hostile. Always check what your aircraft's radar is capable of. With a recent update, some radars in the TWS mode now mark identified targets with clear icons. You can immediately tell apart planes, helicopters, and munitions. Such symbols will prevent you from mistaking a missile for a plane. If the screen gets cluttered, you can filter out unwanted marks. Open the radar controls on the lower action bar. Among the buttons to the right of the scope, you'll find the target filter. By the way, if several contacts are packed so tightly they almost merge into a single blip, you can zoom in. Hover your cursor over the area and use the mouse wheel. To pan the zoomed view, hold the middle mouse button. What other UI elements should we break down? Or should we make a separate video about radar controls and all the available radar modes? Tell us in the comments. We read everything. See you in the next episode, and don't mix up friendlies and hostiles.